Thanks for the invite. Yeah, I'm from Denmark. Have a little farm. It's 50 degrees north latitude, which means it's not so much sunlight right now, but it will soon be nice. Yeah, but I will be here to talk about CSA, because it's actually the way I live. I have this little farm, and I live by this farm for the first time this year, so it's actually quite new. But I have grown vegetables for 4 years now. So I started small and scaling up, and then 2 years ago I started selling small boxes to the local community, and it was really low key. I have just placed some notes in the local shop, and this was the way I started to get customers, and then friends and family also, and neighbors. So it was really low key. I started with about, I think it was 5 boxes a week, and then last year it was 10, 12 boxes a year, and now this year, 2020, it was 25, 30 boxes a week, and it's enough for me to live by. But it's also really, really simple life I live. Not so much buy anything, have no car, so it's really, really low costs I have. Normally salary in Denmark, I think, is about 50,000 euros, and this year I made 20,000 euros on selling vegetables. So it's a bit low, but I can afford it because I live really cheap in a cheap house, and yeah. So it's really important to say it's therefore I can do this is because I bought a cheap house and live simple. But yeah, let's talk some CSA. As I mentioned, about 30 boxes a week, and I sell it a bit different than other CSA. Normally you pay before the season, or you pay for half season, but you have to order every week, so it's kind of a CSA, but not quite. And I send an email out every Wednesday, and then people can order. Then they have to Thursday to answer the email, and then I harvest all the vegetables Friday morning and Friday midday. And then they can pick up the boxes about 12 or 1 o'clock at my place. Or they can get a delivery after. And then I deliver it on a bicycle. I will try to share my screen to show some Instagram. Oh, and here's my bike I deliver on. So it can hold 7 bucks, and it's really nice because I think it's about 7 boxes every week I have to deliver, and the rest, about 20, they come and pick it up. So it's a setup, and a box. I have a small box and a big box, so people can order a small or big box, and they can order 1 week they can order the small, and 1 week they can order the big one. And in the small one, there's, I think, 8 or 9 different vegetables, and in the big one there's 11 or 12. And I think it's about 10 big and 20 small I sell every week. And I start selling boxes. I hope to start late April or start May. And then I will end in December or even January. But we will see. It depends on the season. Right now we had a really hard period of cold. I think you also had it in Ukraine. So I'm almost 3 weeks behind my schedule. Yeah. This thing I will show also. And so you can see here I have a lot of different varieties. So this is Kivano. It's a fun cucumber. I think I have about 60, 70 different varieties. So it's really a lot. It's also important to say that my farm is located in southern Fyn. It's a little island, and there's a lot of people who want to buy local vegetables. So I'm a good place if you look in Denmark overall. Then there's the capital city, Copenhagen. That's really nice to sell, of course. And then some places in Jutland and here in southern Fyn is really nice places to be for a farmer, organic farmer. Yeah, I also sell eggs and sell some apple juice. It's worked really well. So we have a bit other things than the vegetables. In Denmark, it's quite new with this CSA. We have this huge, big delivery firm called Årstiderne, which means the season, and they sell a lot of boxes. I think it's 100,000 a week, but it's not local. It's not seasonal. They buy from Spain and all the world. So it's actually quite hard to compete with this Årstiderne because they have so big share of these boxes. But in the other way, people are used to boxes because they know, you do boxes like this big Årstiderne. Yeah, so it's I think it's difficult, but also make it a bit easier to sell in the same way. And I think right now, the last 2 years, there's a lot of small farmers starting. I know here on Fyn, there's 3 starting up this year, and we were 2 for 2 years ago and 3 this year, so it's going fast now, really fast. And we have also made a NGO where we have gathered all these small farmers. I think it's 1.5 years we have gathered, and we start making meetings, but of course in this time it's hard. And I hope it will be really big soon. But it's still quite new. There's a lot of experiment going on, how to do it. Like I do with the email, you can also, I know some do it for a whole season or half season. And it makes, of course, the money flow a bit easier because you have the money in the start of the spring, and then you can buy things and stuff and so on. And but you also have to deliver when some order for whole season. You have to deliver something, and it makes some psychological press on you, I think. So I like the idea you can order one box 1 week, and then if I don't have vegetables 1 week, I can say there's nothing, but you can buy next week. But of course, I don't have this to happen. And my way is when people order every week, you can see this a bit strange, because if people don't buy, if people don't order, then I don't have any boxes to sell. But I can see this 2 years that people, they order every week, and the what's called, it's about 10, 15 small and 10 to 15 big, and it's all the same all the year, but different people. I think there's about 50 people ordering this year. Yeah, I think it's a good way to do it if you want to start up, because it's easier to the customer to order. It's hard to get a customer to order for a whole year and pay about 1,000 euro or what it should be. It's easier for the customer to just buy a box and order one this week and order maybe the next week. And it's really a good way to start up. And actually some people, they say, I would like to order every week, all the season. I take all you got. And then they just pay every week for the box. And I think I have 12 this year who was dedicated all the year. So it also makes it a bit less, it makes it more stable for me when people order for a whole year. You can see some examples here and what there is in a box. So you can see a lot of different varieties. And it's also my force. This year, I think I have too much turnips. People don't like too much turnips, but it's always hard to make the small adjustments. I also have a big garden where I grow trees. Here you can see I have I'm starting a little vineyard. So I have a forest garden coming up, but it's still small trees. And it's cool because this year I actually got help by my customers. We made 2 work days in June where we helped these small plants make some cardboard and some compost. So it was really nice to get help from the people you actually sell vegetables to. They're really nice. So there's also some social in this way. And it also important to say it's about 10 kilometers in radius people buy from me. So it's really local. Some people only, I think it's 500 meters or 1 kilometers for the nearest. And yeah, it's cool. It can happen. I don't know how much time do I have left. Let's see. Okay, 3 minutes.
Ще є 5 хвилин точно, і можна Niklas, do you hear Pavlo?
About what?
Він тебе не чує, Пашу. Okay. Niklas, we have some questions from our participants.
Yeah.
So the first one is, let me see. What is your farm size?
Yeah, it's also important. I forgot to say, it's the whole farm is 5 hectares, but the vegetables is only 1,000 square meters. So it's really a small garden, but you can make a lot of food on 1,000 square meters if you plan it. Actually, I can show you. This is how I plan the garden. You can see here. This is all the beds here, and the weekday here, and all. Yeah, so you can see every plot is really worked out.
So about this, how you decide what to grow, and do customers choose what they want to order, or you sell everything that you have available?
Yeah. How I plan the vegetables, I plan so I have very different varieties year around. So I try to have a lot so the box don't get boring. And they can only choose what I choose to put in the box. But I write every Wednesday, I write what there is in the box. I write broad beans and potatoes and carrots this week, and so they can choose if they like this box, or maybe I don't like broad beans, so I think I will wait till next week. Yeah. And I can see what is popular. So I, of course, also try to fit in what people think is popular. And I've also made a question the end of the season what people liked or what they don't like. So I plan after the answers.
Thank you. And one more question. Do you use mineral fertilizers and pesticides?
I do not use any pesticides, anything. It's organic, and I don't use machines. I only do everything by hand. And I try to use old Danish varieties, but it's hard to get. But I have some old Danish peas and some old Danish potatoes, and yeah, a few old Danish varieties. But organic and no machines, and without digging in the earth. It's just compost on the top every year. And I get cow manure from my neighbor, organic.
Good, thank you. And one of our participants asks, can we see the permaculture design of your place?
Yeah, here's zone 1, it's the house, and zone 1, it's my market garden, and here I have zone 2, it's my chickens, zone 3, here it's my forest garden and vineyard, it's south here, the vineyard, and zone 4, it's just wild grass. Maybe I will do some sheep one day, and over here it's young forest.
Thank you. How many people work on the farm?
It's only me. I get some help sometimes because there's a lot of work with harvesting and cleaning the vegetables every Friday. So I get some friends, some family, some neighbors, and then they get some vegetables for helping out. So, but I plan to have one maybe next year.
Do you have irrigation? Do you use water somehow?
Yeah, I do. I right now just use it from a well, but I plan to make some rain harvesting from my roof and my tunnels. But it's yeah, everything come by steps. So one day I will have a really nice system where I harvest all my rain.
Niklas, do you have the fifth zone of permaculture where you do nothing at all, just wild nature?
Yes, it's you can see here zone 3 or 4 where it's young forest. I do nothing here. And actually the zone 4 here, it's just wild grass. I do nothing. And these 2 areas also I do nothing. So it's, I think it's about 3 or 4 hectares where it's nothing. It's just wildness. So so it's 1 hectare or 1.5 with the forest garden and only 1,000 square meters market garden, and all the rest is right now wilderness.
So we have 3 minutes and 2 questions.
Можна я спитаю?
The first one is how you built your bed. Can you show?
Yeah, I will go to Instagram and show, because actually this is how I make beds. You can see just plain grass, and then I take my wheelbarrow with some organic cow manure and spread it out in a layer of 5-10 centimeters. I like to keep them in clumps. I think that's really nice to nature. We work with the clumps of manure. And then I add 10 centimeters of compost over this manure. And then I add some, I don't know what it's called in English, but some plastic over. I don't like to use it, but it's really nice and really easy way to do it. You can see the plastic is here ready. Now this bed is actually ready, but I have no pictures of it. And then I take the plastic, it's come in 1 meters, what's called, 1 meter rolls. And then I roll it out, and between the rolls, I plant cucumber, pumpkins or something big that will spread out over the plastic. And then I will harvest the pumpkins in the autumn and take the plastic off, and then I will plant garlics. So it's one way.
Thank you, Niklas. And one question from our Facebook stream is why you choose this way of life?
Oh, that's a big question. Many things. I think the start, it was, I think when you went to the supermarket, it was, even if you buy organic, I think it was not good, packed in plastic and delivered from far places. And yeah, I think it just makes sense to live like this. And yeah, and as Peter also talked about, to get rooted again in the earth, I think we all need that. So yeah, it's a big question. I couldn't spend hours to answer, but it's the short one.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Niklas.
You're welcome.
We have a lot of positive comments in our chat.